Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my video. I am Anusha of CSC Department, working as Assistant Professor in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. My video is all about programming with objects, a subject explained with Java. And let's move on to our video. So in the previous video, we have discussed about interfaces and what is the importance of default and static methods in interface. In today's video, we will discuss about extending an interface and multiple inheritance. How we can achieve multiple inheritance in Java. So extending interface means as we have seen, in classes we use the extend keyword to inherit the features of one class to another. In the same way, we can use extends keyword to inherit the features of one interface to another. So the child interface can make use of the methods, can inherit the properties of the parent interface also. So now when any class implements an interface which is being inherited, like for example, we have interface 1. From interface 1, we have interface 2, which is being inherited from interface 1. And this interface 2 is being implemented by a class, say C1. So the class C1 should implement all the methods which is available in interface 1 as well as interface 2. So the class C1 should provide implementations for all the methods required by the interface inheritance chain. So whatever method is available in this chain, in the inheritance chain, that all those, because all these methods will not be having any implementation inside the interface. They has to be given by the class which is implementing those interfaces. So let's look into an example of how this inheritance is extended. So first we have an interface A. We have an interface A with two methods, meth1 and meth2. Now from A, another interface B is being created. So this interface B is extending interface A, and B is having its own method method 3. Now we have a class, my class, which is implementing the interface B. So from B, we are getting a class, my class, right? So this my class can access the methods meth1, meth2 and meth3. So this my class will have to provide the implementation for meth1, meth2 and meth3, wherein meth1 and meth2 was obtained from interface A and meth3 was obtained from interface B. So this class, my class, has to provide body for all the methods which it has obtained from the interfaces. So since here interface inheritance is also happening, all the classes which is available, all the methods, abstract methods which is available inside should be given some body, should be given some implementation. So here the method, since my class is implementing B, it is having the meth1, meth2 and meth3. So this meth1 is simply displaying the statement implement meth1. Then meth2 is implementing like this. It is displaying the statement implement meth2, and meth3, the method meth3 is displaying the statement like this. Now in our test class, the name of the class is IF extend. So here we are creating an object of my class. So we are creating an object of my class. So using that object, we can invoke the meth1, meth2 and meth3. So when we invoke meth1, we get the output. In the output, we get implement meth1, because that was the statement which is being displayed inside meth1. Similarly, when the my class object invokes meth2, you get the output meth2, and when it invokes meth3, we get the output Meth 3. So here we have an interface which we have an interface B which is extending another interface. So any class which is implementing that child interface has to give the implementation for all the abstract methods available in the parent and the child interface. So if we briefly say, if we look into the relationship between a class and interface, we can say that a class can inherit another class by using the extends keyword. A class can implement an interface using the implements keyword, and an interface can again extend another class using the extends keyword. So here the inheritance is implemented using the extends keyword between classes and between interfaces. Next, let's look into the multiple inheritance in Java. So as we have seen before, we have told that multiple inheritance cannot be achieved in using classes. The problem there is that, let's say we have two classes A and B. You have two classes A and B, and if a new class C is being inherited, let's assume that the new class C is inheriting class A and class B. So what happens here is that, let's assume that class A has a method named print. Similarly, class B also will have a method named print. So these two classes have a method with the same name. Now, when these classes are being inherited by another class C, and when we create an object of C and we try to invoke the print method on that object, the compiler will have an ambiguity of which method it has to invoke. So this problem is called as diamond problem. So the multiple inheritance in Java is not supported using classes because of this ambiguity. So the object of the class, the object of the child class may have a doubt of invoking which method of the classes here. So in order to prevent this problem, multiple inheritance is supported by the use of interfaces in Java. So when we are using interfaces in Java, what happens? The method won't have any body. So it is the class which has to provide the implementation for those particular method. So the class can apply its own implementation to those abstract methods. So because with the use of interfaces, we can prevent the ambiguity problem which is leading to the diamond problem in inheritance. Okay, so also there may be some name conflicts. The same way there can rise name conflicts when when you are using classes, and sometimes a programmer themselves may add some new methods with the same name into that class. So in such cases also there can be problems of ambiguity again be raised in such cases when we are implementing multiple inheritance using classes. So to prevent all these cases, we go for Java is supporting multiple inheritance by the use of interfaces. So let's look into an example of making use of multiple inheritance by interfaces. So here we have an interface named as printable, which is having the method print as well as the method hello. Now similarly, we have another method named another interface named as showable, which is having a show method and the hello method. So in our case, we have this printable with hello and print, and we have another interface showable which has show as well as hello. So what we note here is that the hello method is there are two methods with the same name hello in both the printable as well as the showable interface. Now, if we invoke this method, if we had created it using classes, the class which is inheriting these two interfaces will get a confusion if we were using it with classes. It will have a confusion to invoke which class or which method of hello. Which method of hello should be invoked by the class. So to prevent that, we are going for the interfaces. So here, since the interface, even though there are two methods with the same name in two different interfaces, they don't have any body of its own. The interfaces are not providing any implementation for those methods. So it is the duty of the class to provide the implementation of those methods. So now here we have the class MI interfaces. This class is implementing these two printable and showable interfaces. So from here they are it is invoking the class is being created. So the class is created from these two interfaces. So this is interface and this is also an interface. So from these two interfaces, this class MI interface is implementing these two printable and showable interface. This is showable one. So what happens? This class has to provide the implementation for the hello method, print method, and show method. Since hello method is present in both, it can give a single. It will be giving a single implementation for that method hello. So here we have our interface. These two interfaces, printable and showable, being implemented by the class MI interface. So this MI interface has to provide the body for print, hello, and show. So inside print, it is providing the printable interface. It is providing some implementation wherein it is displaying this statement, and the show method is implemented to display this statement. This is show of in interface showable. And we have one implementation of hello method, which is the common method of both the interfaces. So we get it is implemented in this way to print the statement. So when you invoke the object, when you create an object and invoke these methods, you get those statements in the output. So when you you create an object of this class my interfaces. So using that object, you are invoking print method. So inside print method, we had this statement. Inside print method, we had this statement. So this statement will come into output. So we get this line in the output. Now next, it is invoking the show method. So inside the show method, it is displaying the statement like this. So we get the same statement in the output. And similarly, for the third method hello, even though it was present in both the interfaces, only one implementation body is given by the class, and that way so hello inside hello we are giving some displaying from statements to display. So you get that statement in the output. So by making use of multiple inheritance using interfaces, Java is solving the problem of diamond issue, the problem of diamond problem. Like when you have the if the classes were inherited by, if if one class is inheriting more than one class, then there can be an ambiguity issue if these parent classes are having the same method with having methods with the same name. So that name conflict and ambiguity is resolved using interfaces in Java. So to prepare these slides, I had used the complete reference, and I have referred the websites of Java Tutorial by Oracle and Java T-Point. So we have discussed about how to extend an interface and how to make use of interfaces in achieving multiple inheritance in Java. So that's all for the video today. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.